Welcome. Today, Mana, which is empowerment. This is the sixth principle from Huna, and for me it's a really powerful principle and a rule in my life that creates responsibility. Before I move on to discuss about Mana, I want to remind you, last week we met for aloha. To love is to be happy with. That means that our happiness is based on the love we can have for ourselves, the love we can have for everybody else around us. And I hope you have been practicing a Tisha heart meditation where you could breathe into your heart, your pains, your fears, your misery, and breathe out from your heart forgiveness and love. And really using that principle of heart to clear out and to connect to this power of our heart and power of our love. And today I make this live from Warsaw. I am in the clinic where I have been giving sessions in the morning, and I have one more session at 1 o'clock. But it's been quite a journey. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. and drove to Warsaw from Cała. And normally it takes 2 hours, but today it took me 3.5 hours to drive to Warsaw. There was a lot of traffic, and you know, when I was driving in the traffic, I was also kind of feeling tired and feeling at some point even angry about the traffic, and then I was connecting to Mana. You know, all power comes from within, and this is very powerful principle, basically, which help us to take responsibility for everything, for our thoughts, our feelings, our actions, our thoughts, our words, the things we say. And basically it brings us in a state of empowerment, because we start realizing that nobody else in this planet is responsible for our happiness. Nobody is responsible for our health, our joy, and our abundance. And I observe in many trainings that I facilitate around the world, and also myself sometimes, that we get addicted to our story. We get addicted to tell, you know, again and again the same story, maybe to new people or new healing groups, or maybe being in some trainings. And it's kind of like we feeding in the victim. We're feeding in again the same story, and of course we all have had some stories. We all have had some traumatic events and stories that we can share with others that really shape our life the way it does. But on the bigger picture, we are taking away our power. Whenever we say things like, things happen to me, or this is because I was born like this, or this is because of my genetics and conditioning, or I had these traumatic events, or my parents did it to me, or whatever else it is that we blame external environment for, we are disempowering ourselves. What's happening is that our ego wants to feel superior, so we blame the others, we judge the others, and so our ego can feel superior for a moment. But in the same time, we're going back to that victim position, and we are disempowering ourselves because we don't take actions and we don't take responsibility for our life, blaming environment and many different situations for our life. And what I also understood that with mana, all power comes from within. It is sometimes difficult. It is sometimes difficult because if we really take all responsibility, if we live with joy, happiness, love our lives, that means that we're in a state of full empowerment. We are not anymore relate on others' opinions. And it's scary because in a sense we come out of the society. We don't seek anymore anybody's approval. We don't seek anybody's love. We are basically walking our path with honesty and love. And that state can be scary because we all have that need to connect to others, to be dependent or to care about others' opinion. So I think with mana it is really important to understand any time that we come into blame others, we come into judgment of others, we don't take actions for our life in the areas that we don't feel happy about, we're giving that power away. And whenever we catch ourselves in those states of judgments, it is really important to take a few deep breaths and start realizing that I'm projecting on others my hurt. I'm projecting on my ex, for example, my separation, or I project on my parents what happened, or on my siblings that they've been hurting me, etc., etc. And okay, those things happen, but in this very moment, there is no really hurt. In this very moment, we can take responsibility and move on with life using resources to live full empowerment. Without fear of what other will say about what we're doing. Also without wanting always to be perfect, because that's another thing that can take us away from living our empowerment. We wait with some decision, we wait with some actions because we think we're not ready. But when you're gonna be ready? Right now and right here is when we can be ready. So it is very powerful principle for me, and just all power is within. It's tremendously beautiful one, and sometimes the word power we associate with force, we associate with fighting, we associate with achievement, but with mana, the power from within is about our vulnerability, our strength to show our feelings, our emotions. That's what power is. It's not necessarily our physical strength, but it's most often our emotional intelligence, our emotional wisdom and openness to intimacy, openness to love, stepping out of our fear and our conditioning and showing up in this world with who we are, exposing our fears, exposing our pains, our sadnesses, because this is actually what prevents us from living our full potential and living our heart open. And when we look within, when we take this power within, that is our heart, our vulnerability, our intimacy, we are living in full state of mana, empowerment. And of course, sometimes this empowerment means, yes, we also take the physical strength and we take the actions and we take, like steps to come out of our safety zones, to move on, to progress, to grow, and to come out of our comfort zone, to grow and become a better person. But that subtlety of our inner vulnerability, inner emotions and strength within is much more powerful than any other like physical strength. That's why also the feminine energy is so powerful, because that feminine energy is about looking in, about acknowledging what's within and being able to express that feelings without forcing, with compassion, and this is for me what really mana stands for. So I invite you today, look inside, what is your power, how you manifest your power in life, how you can show up to come out of your comfort zone, to grow, how you can show up your feelings, your emotions to others, to your friends, to your family, and really open up for more love and for more intimacy. Because at the end of the day, we all are love and we all are connected, and we just mirror each other that to show us who we really are. So I invite you to stay with mana. It's a blue color. The power animal is bear, and have a great empowered day. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Monica, Camila, Anya. Thank you, everybody joining this live. Sending you much, much love. Bye-bye.